I wasn't even let's say this. He wasn't responsible.
No, I'm perfectly fine.
Slow down. He certainly wasn't cutting any slack, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's not his specialty. Year before last? Sure. We're recess, we don't have to do that.
Guess we don't do it.
No.
Drag us in there.
You just want to be seen or something.
Since that directional program. Okay, let's call the meeting back to order. We were in recess. I'm sorry, we already done that. And that being said, has everybody had a chance to review the minutes of the meeting last year?
Yeah.
I'll do roll call here real quick. Rick Robert,
Here.
Philip Marshall,
Here.
Todd Ewing,
Yes.
and me. I would like to welcome everyone else in attendance.
Go ahead, Nancy.
Okay, thank you. We want to start with our first item, election of officers for 2023. Do I have a nomination for president?
I nominate Nancy Coates.
We'll second that.
Any further discussion?
Motion to close.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. Do I have a nomination for secretary?
Yes, Ms. Brewer?
Briscoe.
I'm sorry, Prisco.
Second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. The next item I've got is approval of the minutes from the last Board of Finance meeting held on January 18, 2022. A copy of the minutes is in the Commissioner's packet. Do any board members need a moment to review them?
I make a motion to accept the minutes as read or stated.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Also in your packet was, we had a Board of Finance financial meeting in August of this year, or last year. And has everybody had time to review those? Okay.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. I'll get those to you. I've got them sitting over there if you guys want to sign them. Show you a copy of the minutes. The next item on our agenda is the treasurer's report. I'm going to start off with investments. The county currently has 3 investments. All 3 are treasury notes. We have $1 million that will mature on 3/31 of 23. We have another $1 million that will mature on 8/31 2023. And our third one is $3 million, and it will mature on 8/31/23. Does anybody have any questions about that? The next item is our 2022 interest. We had a total of, from all our bank accounts, $346,251.55 in interest earned. I've got my monthly bank statements there in your packet. Report of collections. AFCS, which is American Financial Credit Service, they collect on our delinquent property taxes and mobile home taxes. This year, or in 22, excuse me, we collected $39,604.47. Copy money from the treasurer's office was $35. We had a total mobile home permits of $2,350, and the innkeeper's tax was $53,543.19. Our outstanding checks that are over 2 years old, the treasurer and the auditor's office have been working on contacting the owners of outstanding checks. On 12/31/2022, there were 0 outstanding checks that were over 2 years old for this year. Our lockbox collections, which are done at First Savings, and Fifth Third have been very good to work with. They are quick to respond and resolve any issues that have occurred. And Katrina can agree to that. She's wonderful to work with. All of them are. In 2021, we had some problems with tax payments being received and processed with branches outside the local Salem branch. So for 2022, it was decided to only receive Washington County tax payments at the Salem branch. And this year, we experienced no problems whatsoever. So that did work out. In the spring, they collected $641,015.69, and in the fall collection period, they collected $382,345.76. Delinquent tax payers as of January 13th, which was last Friday, we printed our courtesy letters to all go out. We had a total of 1,675 delinquent parcels, with a total of $927,804.95. We'll continue contacting delinquent taxpayers until the 1st of March of this year. Is there any discussion concerning the treasurer's report?
Hey, refresh my memory here on these delinquent taxes. What month is it that you actually do the paperwork to put them on the sheriff's sale after their delinquent period of time?
The sheriff's sale goes through AFCS and the sheriff's department, of course, and they send me a notice.
Tax sale, I meant to say.
Okay. On tax sale, they have to be behind 4 payments. So when spring comes out of this year, when it's all calculated within our system, if there's a total of 4 payments, 2 years that they've missed, then they will be eligible for tax sale. But we won't certify that for tax sale till June. So they'll have all, and we'll send out, warning letters. AFCS does too. SRI sends out letters too, and they have time to come in and pay that before it's actually certified, and then the tax sale will be scheduled. Last year, I think, when it initially happened, I had 165 that were eligible for tax sale, and when we got to the day of tax sale, there was only, I believe, 32.
Yeah.
Any other discussion concerning the treasurer's report? Do I have a motion to accept it?
Make motion to accept.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, thanks.
Motion passes to accept the treasurer's report. Are there any other items that we need to discuss here today?
I think we need to talk about this upcoming CD that's going to come due very soon, and might need a little input or suggestions from our friends at First Savings. this one that's due, that's yielding 3.086%, that's due the March 31st of this year. I assume now, since this time last year, interest rates have gone up a tad. Do you know what we might expect on a, say, an annual CD, what kind of rate? And we're not going to hold you to this, but just roughly 3 or 4% more, maybe?
I don't know that it went that high, but I do have some updated rates that I had just requested last week. So give me just a second, let me pull those rates in. Last week, and this, like I said, this varies because this is, it can change daily. So last week, the 3-month went to 3.6. 6-month is at 4.25. 9-month was at 4.36. And then a 12-month is at 4.53.
What was that one there?
Which one?
The third one,
The
4.6?
4.6?
4.36, I think she said, for the 9-month.
For the 9-month, yes, 4.36.
Katrina, are those CDs?
Those are the investments with Daniel, yes.
Oh, good, okay.
Yeah, so those have went up. So, like I said, those can change daily. So,
And we had the maturity dates on those staggered so that you all had access at different times. So we could continue, to do that to where you've got different investments coming in at different times.
that way your advantage is to take those better rates at that point in time.
That paying numbers.
And the one thing I'm assuming, since our accounts are already open, and that's already established, because that was a 10-day period of opening the accounts and getting them started, that we could really jump on a good rate.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying?
yes.
I was planning on calling Daniel in the middle of February, just to
To kind of
start investigating.
No, that's what I would suggest too, is making sure you're ahead of it, at least by March. It doesn't come due till the end, but at least by March to get it in the works there that he's watching for rates. So, yeah.
Okay.
But they are going up, so it would be good to kind of see where you want to land.
It's anyone's guess how long this is going to last, but I think we proactively try to take advantage of the situation, while it's here.
But we appreciate everything you guys have done for us and given us a lot of good information.
On the regular accounts, just so you guys are aware too, you don't have to call us to ask us to look at those rates as it improves. It's already based on it, so we raise those. So I think from the middle of the year last year, you guys have had 8 increases with the rates going up. So that you from, I think it was like 0.50 is where we were at, and based on everything now, you're at 3.95. So it's a good incline without having to go back and watch it and say, hey, can you look at it again? Okay.
Todd, did that answer that effectively for you?
Yeah, but if I recall, last year, we made a motion to, and I'm pretty sure it was in the form of a motion, to allow you the latitude to go ahead and pull the trigger as you see fit, since you have the best interest of the county in mind, and you make the decision based on the information you get from Daniel after you talk with him in February. And I'd assume that we'd want to go ahead and do that again if you guys everyone's okay with it.
Absolutely.
So what I would have to do when these do mature, I'd have to get the money back, receipt the interest in, and then reinvest it, depending on what the rate is that day. And Daniel might have a good idea if you wait 2 weeks, whatever, it might be better. So is that what you're saying? You give me permission to do that again? whatever the best rate is.
Yeah, or we could do both. We could, no more of an inconvenience than it is for us. If we could schedule a short meeting about the same time, sometime in February,
Okay.
I mean, it wouldn't take 10 minutes, and maybe you could update us, and if you feel a little more comfortable doing that, although we just kind of gave you the, free rein to do as you see fit last year, but I guess that's kind of up to you, whatever your thoughts are.
No, that's fine. I always like to inform you guys of what we're doing. So we could meet in March sometime, and then August is when the other two mature.
Right.
So we can see how the rates are looking then. Also, so we could meet twice.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we could discuss terms and whatnot then if you want one
Yeah.
longer than 6 months. We just wanted to do this, getting our feet wet with this to go shorter term, but we could go longer term because we make more money.
That's right. Okay, I'll go ahead and make a motion that we plan on meeting in February, but we do go ahead and give Nancy the authority to reinvest.
You make a motion?
Yes.
A second.
I'll probably push that meeting in March, closer to the 20th, whenever I'll be able to get y'all's schedule and see when you're here, whatever your meeting is that month.
You got one on the 3rd, I think.
7th and the 21st.
21st,
That's March.
February.
February or March?
But it doesn't
February.
mature until 3/30. You want to do it in February? Because the numbers will be, the rates will be
I'm sorry.
more closer.
In March.
I'm sorry,
Yep.
March.
So March 21st. Any other items we need to discuss?
You need to call for a vote on that last motion.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Do I have a motion for, are you talking for the meeting or just to accept?
We had the motion. Phil made the motion, I seconded on allowing you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passed. Anything else?
I just have one question for the good people at First Savings. We're always looking at options, always trying to improve, trying to be proactive in, especially with our buildings. We have several buildings in the county, and some of them are in better shape than the others, and we don't want to eventually hand over, a bunch of junk in 4, 8 years, or whenever we all decide that we're not going to do this anymore. In other words, we want to leave things in better shape than what we found them. And I'll commend Commissioner Marshall and Commissioner Roberts, especially Phil, on the work that he's done, and especially in his area of expertise with the HVAC systems in this building and also out at the Justice Center. I can't tell you how many times he's been called out in the night for this or that, and just trying to make sure that everything works good and trying to, once again, be proactive and seeing things that look like they need replaced before they go out. Because I dare say if something went out at the detention center with inmates in there, it could be ugly. So with that being said, if we had a project in mind that we would like to see move forward, if we needed to borrow, let's just use $2.5, $3 million, could we not borrow against our CDs and my understanding with what little we dealt with this at East Washington Water, we could, we could get a little bit better rate? Or what's your thoughts on that? Am I even thinking right here or what?
I think there's multiple different ways to attack that problem. We just kind of need to know what the specifics were, and what we can do is just give you multiple options for consideration. I mean, options are a good thing to have. Pledging the monetary assets is one way to do it, but there's also other ways to finance a project like that.
Well, unfortunately, we're not obliged to give you any specifics because we don't even know what they are yet, but we've got some rough ideas about what we would like to see happen in the future on a particular project. So,
We would absolutely be interested in working with you on the project once some of those specifics are, come together. And then, as I said, we can give you multiple options for consideration on that.
Good to know.
yeah, well, we knew that would be your answer because we know you're in the business of loaning money, and of course, we all know that the only problem with borrowing money is you have to pay it back. So that being said, thank you. That gives us, kind of gives us a vote of confidence in what we need to do in the next few months here, so.
Nancy, we appreciate all your hard work.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
And the bank, we appreciate you.
It's been a really good mutual partnership, beneficial to both sides, so.
It
Yep.
sure is. And Nancy does an awesome job.
So does Katrina. Katrina, you're invited to that meeting in March.
Okay, I'll put it down.
Appreciate everybody coming.
Anything else?
Can I ask one question?
Oh, sure.
What are the fees that are all against your own CVs, or are our own CVs? Is there set fees?
Typically pretty minimal. I mean, there's processing fees and things like that. But unlike if you're using real estate as collateral, where you get, title work and appraisals and all those kind of things that come in, the processing fees are pretty minimal comparatively to that side of lending.
Okay, if there's nothing further, I will accept a motion for adjournment.
Make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Thank you guys very much.
Thank you.